And so welcome to this Center for Conscious Living and our celebration service this 11th of October, 2020. I am really thrilled that you're here. I pray for the service beforehand, and as all of the practitioners that are in service do. And it was really a wonderful field as we all come together. Last week, Reverend Michael did a greeting that we'd been doing traditionally that from our friend, Buddhist monk from Sri Lanka, who during this COVID, whatever it is in outside of Prague in the Czech Republic as well. And so I invite you to, as you're muted, but to repeat after me. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and healing. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace. And it just feels like as we do that, then it helps bring together this field of consciousness that we're swimming in now. If you've been here before, why, you know that there are practitioners who are holding the high watch for us. Our third practitioner today is Lynn Scheider, who's here in New Jersey, our second practitioner, and the practitioner that will send out prayer requests if there are prayer requests that you put in the chat or send to our office is Reverend Michael Rogers. Reverend Paul Hoyt is the co-host, pastoral support, and the busiest person today who lets people in and put messages and affirmations up in the chat. So just know that they are all holding us in the light as well. And our first practitioner today is Haji Scheffler, who will do our opening invocation.
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful morning to gather together in this remote space. So wonderful to see you all. So if you'll join me in prayer, as we close our eyes and turn within. And just allowing ourselves to fully arrive with each breath. Allowing the breath to be the reminder that in this moment, life is saying yes. With each breath, the love and the joy of the divine presence within us is filling us and deepening us, allowing us to return home to the center of our own being, where we are this radiant point of light. And so I know that as we gather here this morning, that we are gathered not only in mind, but in heart and spirit, as this one life, this divine dance of joy, love, moves through us, connects us, uplifts us, and feeds us in this sacred community. I know that the power of the Creator, this one life that chose to show up as each one of us this morning, is radiating in celebration and joy for the life that we are. That we are the hands, the feet, the eyes, the heart of this one life, of the divine. And at this service, this celebration, this sacred space where we get to gather and remember the truth of our being and turn within, that this space is deepening our connection to this one life. And so I know that the service today is the activity of God unfolding with absolute joy, radiant love, as the mirror reflecting back to each one of us the truth of who we are. I know that Reverend Julie Fischer is the perfect channel for divinely inspired wisdom that touches each one of us, reminding us of the love and the joy and the perfection that's already present here. I know that the music radiating from Norman and Ginger is this expression of life, of love. That this vibration of music uplifts us, expands us, connects us. And I'm just so grateful that we are able to connect across time, place, space in this virtual community, knowing that it's the consciousness that connects us beyond time and space. And so I'm so grateful for the perfect flow of every aspect of the service today, knowing that as we deepen into the truth of who we are, that this love, this light radiates beyond, out into the world, touching every person that we meet, that we encounter, and circulates back to us, filling us in this perfect flow of divine love and life. And so with that, I give thanks knowing that it's all good, it's already done, and that life is so good. So with that, we say together, and so it is.
So it is.
Amen.
Amen. Oh, thank you, Hashi. Beautiful. Thank you very much. And now we have some of that music that she was talking about. I think Norman is first with Sunshine on My Shoulder.
Sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. And if I had a day that I could give to you, I give you a day just like today. And if I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. And if I had a tale that I could tell you, I'd tell a tale to make you smile. And if I had a wish that I could wish for you, I make that wish for sunshine all the while. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high.
Thank you, Norman. Thank you for bringing the sunshine.
Well, it was a cloudy day.
On a cloudy day or evening if you're in India. And let's ask Haji, our first practitioner, to come forward with the inspirational reading and then the affirmation.
Hello again. So today's reading is again from 365. It's always such good stuff. And this is the reading for May 28th. My soul longeth, even fainteth, for the courts of the Lord. My heart and my flesh crieth out for the living God. That's Psalm 84:2. As I center my consciousness in infinite being, I realize that its essence is love, and that this love is in and through everything and everyone. I know that this love essence, the very substance of life, the creative principle back of everything, flows through my whole being, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. It flows in transcendent loveliness into the world of thought and form. I am conscious of this divine circuit which love is. I feel it as a golden stream of force flowing from God through me and out to all that my thoughts rest upon and returning to God. I know that this force is ever flowing, ever renewing, vital and bringing joy and harmony and blessings to everything and everyone it touches. It flows with power and purpose through everything I do as it leads me gently down the pathway of life. Consciously, I attune myself to the stream of perfect love. In its flow, I see it as an ever-widening spiral of continuous right action, bringing me into an ever-widening field of expression. I, who am love, share myself, my love, with all humanity. I know that in love there can be no separation, for love unites. Love sustains and protects its own. I know that the love I express blesses all who are in any way touched by it. It heals every condition, brings my own to me. I am immersed in love. So join me in reading the affirmation, keeping yourself on mute. How wonderful is the power and presence of God. I open my heart and mind and let love take over my life. Light shines and illuminates the way. Feeling this light of God's presence renews me and allows me to break through any sense of limitation and allow God to be in the world through me as love. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Haji. Beautiful. And so I think that's what we're here learning to deepen into, open into, allowing God to be in the world through us as love. Our talk today is by a dear friend of mine, Reverend Julie Fischer. I was realizing this morning that I remember her working in finance in Philadelphia back in the day, and then following guidance and moving to Alaska and working with White Eagle medicine woman and all kinds of shamanic things, and coming back and co-founding Live and Joy Yoga and becoming a yoga teacher and a massage therapist. And I think just within the last year or two, going to Thailand to finish all of this beautiful training in Thai massage. I know that she follows Amma and has been all over the country volunteering with her, the Amma, the hugging saint, and also worked at Cooper Hospital for several years, volunteering her time, doing hand and foot massage on people that were getting chemotherapy. This is a huge heart and a person that is allowing God to be in the world through them. And I'm thrilled to have with us Reverend Julie Fischer.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to be here. And I got to say that everything that has been sung and said already, there's probably not much more to say. I feel like the reading really, really puts what I've been feeling into so much expression. What is streaming through you? What is streaming through you? And maybe we could just take a moment right now and just really pause and reflect. Feel into your body, feel into the breath, feel into the vibrations of the music, of the energies that's just flowing in this moment, and come very present. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just travel deeply into the fullness of right now. Feel the activity of love that is within you and immerse in your own incredible spirit. And feel that direct link of love, that stream that moves through you. That stream that fills you with the unique recipe of source and energy that's created you and that continues to move and create as you. And just breathe into that for a moment. I love the opportunities to see the contrast of the thinking and the doing that we do, so much. We do so much in this world. And to see the contrast of that versus the full sensing and just feeling into the moment of right now. In an average day, especially lately, there are just multiple ongoing reports from my mind, probably from all minds, but and it's usually reporting things like there's not enough time, there's not enough money, there's not enough information, there's not enough opportunity, yada, yada, yada. And if I stop and pause and go fully into the moment, it doesn't seem to be.
Can you turn your sound up, Julie?
Oh, sure. Is that better?
I think so. We had some people in the chat saying they couldn't hear you, and it's beautiful.
Oh,
I'm sorry to disturb your flow, but as we're opening to this flow, we want to hear it.
Well, that was the most important thing I had to say, so. So just going back, in the average day, there's so much information that gets regurgitated by this mental, undirected thinking that's reframing, it's measuring, it's predicting, and it does that all day long. And if we go into that, we can begin to feel that life's potential feeling like it constricts, maybe a dulling of the connection of life in the present moment. Is that something you can relate to? But I know that if I go into this moment right now, and it's always right now, and I fully inspect it and just take that breath, I can't find that anything seems to be lacking. So wherever you are in this now, we always have this invitation to look deeply into the moment, to see with the capital S, to take that broad soul-scoping view that is far beyond what our eyes can see, that's far beyond the physical eyesight. And we can take a breath and just witness the inner landscape and perceive and recognize what aspects of life are present. What is the creative essence that's flowing in you right now? To really see is to move in the direction of awakening, the enlightened expression of who you are, why you're here, what you're doing here while you're gracing this planet, to how are we delivering your talents, the gifts, the skills. All of this is your unique contribution in this world. And we come into this world and we live in the way that only we can. This one individualized life, so cared for, so nurtured by Spirit. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, what lies behind us and what lies before us is tiny compared to what lies within us. That's a big statement. Bring this into your mind. So see if you can do like a really fast, like little movie trailer. Imagine from the time of your conception to now, making a little tiny movie. All of the living, all of the growing, the learning, the relationships, the changes in between. And now shrink that little film into a tiny little ball. Let it get smaller and smaller. Imagine that is a floating little particle in an immense picture of potent creative energy within you. Can you sense and step into the magnitude of your own radiance? Can you sense that divine urge of livingness that resides and expresses through you? The mind isn't a very dependable place to look for what needs to be perceived and intuited. It can't do that. That's outside of its function. The mind's job is to think and to calculate and apparently to regurgitate. And brilliant as it can be, it can't go outside of its own memory reference points. So it may be able to understand things in a conceptual way as far as what is spiritual, but we sense the greater truth of life. We sense God. We sense the purpose, the worthiness, and this interconnected world through a much deeper place of being. The good news is that the deepest place of our being is always located right where we are, 24/7, right here, right now. So the opportunity is always there. So all we need to do is adjust our point of view, to turn to a greater sight, to an inner awareness. Eckhart Tolle says, when you become aware, you become present. And when you become present, you have stepped out of thousands of years of human conditioning. Thousands of years of collective human conditioning gone in the present. So who are you without your history, without conditioning, without the roles you have taken on? See you in your essence, sitting there in your chair right now, without any labels or roles. Just let them peel away just for a moment. The ideas of being a man or a woman, a parent, a worker, a teacher, a sibling, a leader, a caregiver, a Democrat, a Republican, just let it all go. Let it be. Be here. Release your personal history, the planning of the future, the opinions of the world, what's right, what's wrong, and just be. And feel what is alive, what is pulsing within you. What is that stream that streams you? What is wanting to be expressed? Notice what rises to be seen and heard and witnessed. When I was a teenager, I was newly involved with a 12-step program, and they told me to turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understand it. I had no idea what that meant. I had never done that investigative work. I had only lived outside. I have looked outside at that point. I felt if I turned over my will and my over to the care of God that I did not understand in the least. That I would be somehow isolated from the world that I was just finally getting old enough to grow up in. So what I didn't understand, because I hadn't investigated, was that the will that was running through me was the will of God. The will that wanted to go out and explore this world was the will of God wanting to express through me. So my idea, which wasn't a good one, in an unflattering nutshell, was that I would imitate what looked good in this world. I would live a full life if I conformed to the society's ideas and belief systems, to fitting in. In other words, having someone else's life from an outer point of view. Has there been a time or situation in your life where you were trying to play a role like that? If not, you can probably guess that it's a pretty painful experience. It did not turn out well for me. Life pushed me until I flipped that coin over and took a look. And actually, it's a really good thing. If it did work, if I did live my life like that, I would have missed on a whole lot of sincere and beautiful and hard sometimes, but sincere and beautiful self-seeking, self-inquiry and spiritual seeking. The byproduct was quite a varied life. So today I'm surrounded by incredibly inspiring people and a life that continues to change and evolve. So however it is that we come to God, that we come to the divine within us, we need to experience that ourselves. Nobody can do it for us. We can see people modeling it, we can be guided, we can be helped and pointed, but in the end of the day, we must be the ones to go into the divine ourselves, experientially. How does God call you? How does God invite you? How does God celebrate the expansion of you? These are wonderful questions to ask. When we allow ourselves to be still and explore our own inner universe with true seeing, freedom expands, life's expression expands, and we release more and more of that sense of having a life apart from God. We go from understanding in the mind to living in the experience of the divine living through us, of feeling that connection, of knowing our own truth. As the slogan goes, to let go and let God, what that means to me is to be willing not only to allow myself to be open and shift and change, but also to invite and trust this highest vibrational life to lead the way and follow, even if it seems in my mind like an unlikely scenario, which it very often does. Even though we've come to services and taken classes and given of our times and talents and prayed and learned, and sometimes, and we know that separation is an illusion, we can still become hypnotized by our own thoughts. We can still be subject to the consensus of the collective consciousness that tells us that our good is in another time, somewhere else apart from where we are, and that maybe someday, if we're lucky, or if certain scenarios work out, or if we're good enough, we will arrive. Meanwhile, the wisdom that channels through your soul will tell you the exact opposite. It will tell you about the overflowing love of the fullness that streams within your body, that you are the body of divine action, It will tell you to drop the defenses, that you are equipped with everything that is needed, and that your intrinsic worth is immeasurable and has absolutely nothing to do with accomplishment or comparison or approval of anyone or anything in this world. And so through intentional practice and willingness to open to what is greater, we bring the presence and awareness to the forefront and let the moments like this be the disruptors of the perceived barriers between us and life. The shift to continue to look within rather than the outer world can be really challenging sometimes, especially especially now. It seems to be quite challenging these days. But then again, challenging times create some of the greatest opportunities for evolution. Where do you evolve? What brings you to the point of evolution in your life? Sometimes great discovery comes from very unlikely situations. I was reading about the very, very important invention that kept both the young and old entertained for years. Silly putty. Remember that? I love that stuff. So apparently there's an engineer from GE who had made repeated failed attempts to make an alternative to rubber. They were supposed to use it for boots and tires and stuff. So frustrated, he threw his glob of stuff to a group of scientists who had all kinds of fun bouncing it around the room at each other. And they even found that if they had pressed it against newspaper, the imprint would come up. So the engineer had this whole sense of failure, but the scientists, with then the more open, playful minds, were able to catch the new idea of what was present, what was already present right there before them. And so I think that that's what we're doing here, to open to the potential that is right here before us. You might be familiar with spiritual life visioning. It's a practice modeled by Michael Bernard Beckwith, and it focuses on catching God's ideas. It's been used widely here through the Center for Conscious Living. We used it in practitioner gatherings, in board events, and planning things, all manner of things through the church. I used it personally as a process that later helped me birth a yoga studio, to know where to live, what work to do. The visioning process opens us to the high vibratory field of life, and we ask what is wanting to emerge through our life, and we listen deeply. We step aside as a small I and become a receptive place in consciousness where ideas, images impress this creativity of spirit. We ask the questions like, what is God's highest vision of itself expressing? And we listen. We ask what needs to be embraced, what needs to be released from us, so that we can become the environment where this vision can be embodied and manifest. We commit to living those qualities in order for that vision to express. We commit to living in this way. The life work that we do then is to spend time nurturing the vision, weeding out the beliefs and the actions that block us from being a receptive place. And we begin to focus on that which supports the highest unfolding of our life. The purpose of visioning is not about personal fulfillment as much, although it tends to do that. It's an expansion of consciousness, the realization of your true self. It's a relationship that goes much deeper with God. As Michael Beckwith says, we are here to awaken to the truth that the presence is never an absence. We are here to transcend those blocks, the race consciousness of status quo, and embody and fully live the unique, individualized expression that Spirit has brought us here to be. This becomes the syncretistic love affair with creation, a relationship of awakening to the true fact that the level of magnitude in which you are loved, accepted, supported, and understood and guided is so great that it can never be measured or comprehended in any human standard. How do you connect? How do you see? Visioning is a great tool. The tools and techniques of connection that we use, and there are so many: meditation, inquiry, prayer. Choose what is authentic to you and supports your open invitation to perceive. Choose what gives you the courage and the strength every day to follow where your highest path leads, to stay close to spirit. We want to be playing in the field of what is already here, to be viscerally feeling our life as the activity of creativity itself, to live the God in you, as you, to know that this presence is here. We use the tools that are available to discover more and more the truth of ourselves, about creation, and to come into a deeper relationship within. Every time we bring our willing, open-hearted selves to this place of deep looking, it brings a greater freedom and expression of what we are here to do. As Peter Pan said, to live would be an awfully big adventure. Here and now, right now, turbulent times and all, you have a tremendous opportunity to tap deep into the well of intelligence, which leads to inspired action, which leads to a deep trust in life and ourselves. And just remembering that there is no singular good. Our own evolution contributes to the evolution of everyone, of all beings, of all things on this interconnected planet. So set your sights on this pure potentiality that resides within you, and let the truth that is bursting within you just flow freely. Bless your life in this world. Thank you so much for coming and sharing this space together today. Love and blessings to you.
Thank you, Julie, very much. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's time for our offering now. I'll ask Reverend Paul to put up some information for us. If you'd like to make a donation, we are certainly grateful for your support during these fascinating times. And that blessing is in the offering, Reverend Paul. I can't hear you if you're speaking, Paul.
Yes.
There he goes. Will you do our blessing of the offering, please?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. It'll help everybody remember it. Go to the chat and find the information.
Thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive.
Thank you all. And now from South Dakota, the glorious Ginger Coyle. Song she wrote.
All right, yes, this is Higher Frequency, and I'm happy to announce that the record that this song is titled after, Higher Frequency, was just mixed on Thursday and Friday. They've got one more day of mixing, and this record should be out this year. Finally. So, let's celebrate that. And thank you for the inspiration to this whole community. just waiting on a revolution. Lift the veil up from the grand illusion. I think first it's gonna take a revelation. Shift our minds and consciously awaken to the positivity human beings should be, full of love and light and inner peace. Vibrate to a higher frequency, higher, higher, higher. When I was young, I looked for love in empty places. I got myself into some situations. Now I've grown, I know my past does not define me. And all the love I could ever need is here inside of me. It took so long for me to see. It was waiting here for me. The love, the light, the inner peace. Watch me while I vibrate to a higher frequency. Higher, higher, higher. Higher, higher, higher. You can walk the earth in search of every explanation, but be aware of your own co-creation. Take responsibility for your conditions, and don't forget the power of your own volition. There is joy just as there is pain. They are one and the same. It's a choice you choose to make. Choose to vibrate to a higher frequency. Higher, 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 higher. I am love, I am light, I am inner peace. You are love, you are light, you are inner peace. We are love, we are light, we are inner peace. Be the love, be the light, be the inner peace. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay. Beautiful, Ginger. That just, and of course, the whole message and the whole point why we come together in this field, to individually and collectively be that higher frequency and be that gift to the world. And so, Reverend Julie.
We have a new visitor blessing, an all visitor blessing. We have a visitor blessing. So if you're coming to us for the first time, or if you're coming for today, just soak this in. We're going to raise our hands and say it to everybody. Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We are a heart-centered spiritual community, and we open ourselves to you in love. We recognize the perfection of God within you. We celebrate the joyous beings that you are. You are a radiant point of light. We are blessed by your presence. Welcome home. We also have a mastermind covenant. Mastermind is another way of saying God. So you can close your eyes and just sink into this, knowing that there is a power, intelligence, and wisdom greater than my own, and knowing it is responsive to my every thought, word, feeling, and action. Say out loud right now, I acknowledge. Surrendering to the power of the mastermind consciousness and knowing I am guided and assisted past any limited perception to God's truth within, now say, I surrender. Knowing forgiveness is the key to change, I now forgive myself and others for all mistaken judgments, and I open the door to unconditional love by saying, I forgive. Realizing that my life is a creation of my own thoughts, I now choose to fill my mind with the thoughts that are positive, loving, and beautiful. And I allow my life to reflect that choice by saying, I choose. Holding the consciousness for the Center for Conscious Living, we now thank God for the continued prosperity of this spiritual community and for everyone. For myself, I now go within the silence of my own mind, and I ask for my own specific requests, knowing that the universe always says yes. Please repeat after me, I accept. With a thankful heart and knowing that all I have asked in the name of the Mastermind is now given to me, I say thank you, God. Now we can read together the Mastermind Covenant that's in your chat. The love of God enfolds me. The mind of God inspires me. The Spirit of God enlightens me. The power of God encircles me. I am in God and all is well, for I am enthusiastic, excited, expectant, and at peace. So you can turn to your little boxes on the screen, keep yourself on mute, and say, I'm grateful God has heard you.
I'm grateful
Grateful
God
God has
has
heard
heard
you.
you.
God has heard you.
I'm grateful God has heard you. Thank you.
So this is a very busy community. We've got such vibrance around. You can see many of us in the little squares, and there are other things as well. If you're not on the emailing list, please put yourself on there. You can put a note in the chat or send an email to the Center for Conscious Living and get all of this information. We've got a couple of classes that are starting in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to put in a shameless plug for my the one that I'm doing, which is a visioning class. We're going to do 7 weeks of what we talked about. And that's going to be on Wednesday nights from October 21st to December 9th. So if you'd like to come and join as a group in the powerful energy of exploring your own field of consciousness and asking the questions of life, we'd love you to join. There's also a radical forgiveness class starting. Is Haji here?
Yes, hello.
Kathy? Hello?
So Kathy Miller and I will be co-teaching Radical Forgiveness, and just so excited about this class. I think there couldn't be a better time to deepen into not just forgiveness, but radical forgiveness. And the premise of radical forgiveness is really looking at the blocks in our lives where we may be holding on to judgments about things that we don't think went exactly how they should have. Judgments against ourselves and others that are essentially blocking the flow of divine love from fully circulating through us and out into the world. And so as we think about our own lives, as we think about all the things going on in our world, in our country, the power of coming together collectively to do this work is just as we have a powerful connection here on Sundays. There's power in coming together and doing this work together, not just for ourselves, but for humanity. So really excited. Hope you will join us. We'll be meeting Tuesday evening, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, starting October 20th.
And Haji, what the reason that you're starting on the 20th? What's happening the week before?
Yes, of course. So the week before would be this week. So I would love to announce last call for tickets for the virtual wellness night for Love Orphanage. Love Orphanage is based in Haiti. And this year, fundraising has been severely impacted. All of the proceeds that support our Love Orphanage family come from fundraising events, all of which have been canceled this year because of the pandemic. So we took our fundraising into the virtual space. We're having a second wellness night. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's this Wednesday night. We have an awesome lineup, including Reverend Julie Fischer, who's going to be doing yoga and meditation for us. We have inspired art with Mary Law. We have a vegan cooking demo. We have do-it-yourself face scrubs and face massage, and a live music by a recording artist at the end to top it off. So I'm going to put the information in the chat. As of right now, we are about $1,000 from hitting our goal for this event. It would be great to sell another 15 or so tickets. So if you're interested, there also will be a recording of the event if you're not able to attend Wednesday night. And tickets are on sale through this Tuesday. So it would be wonderful to have you. Thanks.
Please, if you did not get this information, why, put your email in the chat and we will be delighted to put you on our email list. We send out a newsletter, usually information on Tuesday, and then Thursday or Friday. All of these things are in different groups. Our Course in Miracles group, men's group, women's group, and things are all listed in this newsletter. So we would love for all of you to be on it. The one thing that was not in it, and I do want to say, is that next week, Mary Reed is coming to join us. She did a workshop here for us physically in February, and she's coming back again. She's her unwittingmystic.com if you want to look her up. She's a glorious space, and that this love of God flows through. So she'll be there, and then John Mundy is coming the fourth Sunday of October to be with us, a longtime friend of the Center for Conscious Living and a beautiful facilitator of the principles of Course in Miracles and many other metaphysical ideas of oneness. So I just wanted to add that as well. And now we have our concluding song from Norman Taylor and Ginger Coyle.
Okay, we're gonna sing this little light of mine.
Okay.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine everywhere I go. I'm gonna let it shine everywhere I go. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Got joy in my heart, and I'm gonna let it shine. I got joy in my heart, and I'm gonna let it shine. Joy in my heart, and I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Ain't gonna make it shine, just gonna let it shine. Ain't gonna make it shine, just gonna let it shine. Ain't gonna make it shine, just gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Good job, buddy. Good job, Norm.
You too. Sounded great.
Miss us hello.
Lee, are you announcing this next or am I?
I can announce myself.
or possibilities, there's always something.
So we are going to do our concluding affirmation. If you will keep yourself muted, and I believe it's been popped in the chat. I don't see it there.
Or will be.
Oh, yes. Great. Many of you know this one by heart, so say it with me now. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my feelings.
Life is in my feelings.
Life is in all my activities.
Life is in all my activities.
I receive it. I share it.
I'll share it.
I am it.
I am it.
And I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
And accepting all of these gifts, we say,
yes!
Yes!
Yes.
Yes, yes. Blessings and love, everybody.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, yes,
You all.
yes.
Hey, Norm.
Blessings.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Everybody.
Ginger.
That was wonderful.
Hi, everybody. Have a great week.
Everybody.
Hello.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Hello,
Love you
everybody.
all.
Hi,
Bye.
Kathy.
Bye.
Hi,
Bye. Bye.
Becky. Hi, Joe.
Hi,
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 Joanne.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Michael.
Michael.
Hi,
Hi,
Michael.
Hi,
Have a
Marty.
great day, everyone.
Hi,
Well
Aji.
done, Reverend Julie.
Thank you.
Ah,
Peggy, hello.
Hi,
Hi, Pat.
beautiful work.
Leanne.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi,
Hi, Corbin.
Paul.
Good music. Thank you.
Great service.
Hi, Bobby.
Beautiful message,
Bill.
Reverend Julie.
Hi, Bobby. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Raju.
Thank you, Haji. Thank you, Norman
Hi,
and
June. Hi, Pat.
Ginger.
Hi,
Stephen. Oh, hello, Ann.
Hey,
Hey,
Stephen.
Pat.
I know.
Reverend Carol.
Beautiful,
Thank
Judy.
you, everyone. Have a beautiful day.
Hey, Regina.
Hi, everybody. I love you.
Hi, Patricia.
Who's your boyfriend?
Good morning, everyone.
Regina.
Regina.
Hi, Ginger.
Hey, Ginger. Nice job.
And
Joe.
And
hello, Antoinette. Hi, Nefertiti. Hi, Joyce.
Here's Bobby.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
PKT.
Bobby.
Hi, Dawn M, New Jersey. Hello, Chris.
Yeah, we had, as far as I know,
Hi, Michelle
Carol.
Spoon.
Florida and
Well done.
And
Beautiful
India.
service. Hi, Marlene.
Beautiful service. Oh,
I'm trying to go through. But this
have a wonderful week, everyone.
And Raju. Raju, where are you from?
Hi, 856.
in India.
Oh.
Michael, you're funny.
Have a beautiful weekend, everyone. Be sure to vote.
Okay.
Be well, everybody.
All right. God bless.
Okay.
God bless.
Thank you.